Karachaganak oil and gas condensate field is located almost 150 kilometers from Uralsk, which in turn is the center of West Kazakhstan Oblast, in the northwest of Kazakhstan, at the junction of Europe and Asia. The field is considered to be one of the world's largest hydrocarbon reserves. It contains about 1.2 billion barrels of oil and gas condensate and 1.35 trillion cubic meters of gas. The field is of paramount importance for the economy of the region and the country, providing 48% of the gas produced in Kazakhstan and about 15% of liquid hydrocarbons. The international consortium responsible for its development and its operation is Karachaganak Petroleum Operating BV, or KPO, which comprises of Royal Dutch Shell, Eni, Chevron, Lukoil, and national company KAZENERGY.
KPO is implementing one of the largest projects in the Republic of Kazakhstan. With the support of the West Kazakhstan Oblast and the authority, the company is applying the latest technology to keep the plateau production of the Karachaganak field. This provides stable revenues for the Republic and the consortium, allowing a sustainable development of the country. Up to today, the parent company invested up to the $22 billion to develop the Karachaganak field, one of the most complex reservoirs from the geological point of view.
KPO and the Karachaganak Partners fully support the RoK Government's plans and initiatives aimed at development of the local content and industrialization of the Republic of Kazakhstan, such as the Kazakhstan-2050 Strategy and the Industrial Innovative Development Program. The company takes an active part in the development of local content through the implementation of the Aktau Declaration, the Memorandum of Understanding on the Development of Domestic Industry, signed by KPO, the authority FPSA LLP, and the KAZENERGY Association. In addition, the company also cooperates with the Oblast Akimats and undertakes a number of other activities.
Strengthening the industrial sector in the region is one of the key priorities in our activity. President Nazarbayev emphasizes that improving our investment climate, attracting especially foreign direct investments in the region to be of paramount importance. Existing consortium as Karachaganak project in our region proves that our investment climate moves in the proper way. Existing transnational companies as Karachaganak open huge opportunities to our local companies. Because our local companies cooperating with Karachaganak project improved their standards, their quality in producing goods and services. During these years, Karachaganak project invested especially in social infrastructure projects of the region more than $300 million. I think this is support for strengthening our infrastructure and also improving life quality of our population. We are ready to move forward in cooperation and strengthening our contacts with Karachaganak project.
KPO considers commitments for local potential development as an integral part of its activities. The company contributes to the development of local suppliers of goods and services and implements a number of projects in support of national manufacturing. These projects focus on cooperation between the international and local manufacturers, enabling them to integrate and transfer advanced technologies into the industrial sector of Kazakhstan's economy.
Our company is one of the first companies in the Republic of Kazakhstan who initiated local content development program. Currently, we are working according to the local content program developed for current year and 2017. All our programs are developed in the framework of state Republican programs like Industrial and Innovative Development Program of the Republic. Currently, in our local content database, more than 3,800 companies are registered. For the first half of this year, the local content in our company is about 49% or $280 million. Since the beginning of final production sharing agreement, we paid about 5.7 billion US dollars to local companies.
Implementation of large oil and gas projects such as Karachaganak has a stimulating effect on the development of the national economy. It creates an environment under which local companies can achieve competitiveness through application of best practices from the world business sector and technologies that can be transferred even beyond the oil and gas industry. KPO Consortium signed a number of joint agreements aimed at the development of production and service clusters both for the needs of Karachaganak and other oil and gas projects in Kazakhstan. Examples of successful development of partnerships include cooperation with Aktau Industrial Park, Tenaris Global Services Kazakhstan, and GE Oil and Gas Novopenyoni companies. For example, to perform design engineering of complex production facilities, KPO contributed to establishing joint partnerships between major international engineering companies such as Technomare and a Kazakh company, Kaspi Engineering. Another example included Worley Parsons and KGNT, also a Kazakh company. These joint ventures will deal with front-end engineering and design for the current key projects, such as the KPC gas debottlenecking project. This cooperation will facilitate the transfer of international best practices to the Kazakh partners. These cooperation agreements will provide further capability for strengthening the capacity of local suppliers, creating new jobs, and development of the industrial sector of the region.
KPO is making great efforts to promote development of partnerships between foreign and local service companies and equipment manufacturers. Also, KPO has signed a number of joint agreements aimed at development of production and service clusters in the Republic of Kazakhstan, within which KPO conducts various workshops and forums focused on familiarization of Kazakhstani companies with the current and upcoming scopes of work, as well as assisting in establishment of joint ventures for the purpose of localization of goods, works, and services. For example, the result of this work includes signing an agreement on technical cooperation between the world's leading manufacturer of power equipment, ABB, and Ural Electric LLP, which aims at aligning the manufacturers of electricity distribution and control equipment with the cutting-edge technology of ABB Company. The total value of investments in WKO will amount to 1.5 billion tenge and implies creation of 150 jobs in Uralsk city.
During this year, KPO took an active part in implementing a number of initiatives to increase local content, together with other major international oil and gas companies, as well as local and foreign service and engineering companies. The management of KPO held a number of meetings with representatives of the regions of Kazakhstan, where the company's needs in goods and services, procedures for inclusion into the local vendors database, and prospects of interregional cooperation were presented. Over the last months, KPO management has visited industrial companies of Karaganda, North Kazakhstan, Aktau Oblast, and signed a number of joint agreements aimed at local content development.
In 2016, KPO conducted pilot early tenders and placed trial orders within the framework of the Memorandum on Development of the Domestic Industry. The purpose of early tenders is to provide the companies with time and opportunity to develop manufacturing of goods and materials in the Republic of Kazakhstan in accordance with KPO standards. Localization of manufacturing of mesh fencing in line with international standards already started in Uralsk city. Since the beginning of 2016, KPO placed trial orders for drill bits and Kazakhstan barite. In addition, a Memorandum of Understanding was signed between KPO and partnership Arturaneftimash LLP and the British company William Hare Limited to localize in Kazakhstan manufacturing of steel structures according to international standards.
In June 2016, during the visit to the North Kazakhstan Oblast, a working meeting was held with the Oblast Akim Eric Sultanov. KPO representatives visited the facilities of the largest companies in the region and provided information on the company's procedure of registration in the vendors database, the process of pre-qualification and tender requirements.
In February 2016, by joint efforts of KPO, TCO, NCOC, and JSC-NC Kazmunai Gas, the participants of Aktau Declaration launched a single database of suppliers, ALASH, which will become a single window for Kazakhstani suppliers to the procurement process of KPO, TCO, and NCOC. KPO is working hard in the framework of localization of GWS, included in the top 10 of Aktau Declaration. Thus, KPO conducts 6 tenders for well operations to provide services with a mandatory requirement of local participation share in the joint venture. Such KPO requirements helped to create a dozen of partnerships between Kazakhstani and leading international companies. Soon, KPO plans to hold another tender for services for provision of drilling rigs, which will also reflect similar conditions. Contracts to perform works on snubbing and mud logging have already been awarded to Weatherford CER LLP, the joint venture between Weatherford and Kazakhstani Caspian Energy Research LLP.
In May 2016, KPO conducted an awareness workshop on the KPC gas debottlenecking project for the representatives of Kazakh companies. The main objective of the event was to introduce the domestic manufacturers and service providers to the opportunity to participate in this project via establishing joint ventures between the interested Kazakh and international companies. The event was attended by representatives of more than 40 local industrial enterprises, state-authorized bodies and specialized associations, such as the NADLOC Agency and the Union of Service Companies of Kazakhstan. The first Innovation Forum of West Kazakhstan Oblast, Aktau Invest, was held in July this year in the new KPO office in Uralsk city. It was organized by the Aktau Akimats, social entrepreneur company Oral, and KPO. The forum was attended by representatives of the West Kazakhstan Oblast, a number of national companies and associations, the National Chamber of Entrepreneurs of Kazakhstan, Kazakhstan Union of Oilfield Service Companies, Entrepreneur Development Fund Domau, as well as small and medium-sized companies of the region. KPO and the Karachaganak Partners remain committed to strengthening local capacity. This goal is achieved through implementation of sustainable development programs and transfer of innovative technologies and skills. Objectives of the KPO Local Content Programme coincide with the RoK initiative on the development of opportunities for domestic industry and increasing participation of Kazakh companies in large oil and gas projects such as Karachaganak. KPO implements a number of projects aimed at the development of manufacturing capabilities not only in the West Kazakhstan region but also other regions of Kazakhstan. Thus, at KPO's initiative, a premium-class tubular threading facility with a capacity of 45,000 tonnes per year was constructed and commissioned in July 2016 in the city of Aktau. KPO signed a contract with Tenaris Global Services in July 2014 for the provision of casing and tubing goods, with a condition to be built in the threading facility in the city. It is worth noting that to date this plant has been a one-of-the-kind in Kazakhstan.
In 2014, our company concluded a long-term agreement with KPO, under which Tenaris Company undertook construction of tubular threading plant to manufacture finished oil field tubulars with gas leak-tight joints of premium class. Construction investments amounted to $40 million US. Our plant is located in specialized economic zone of Aktau City and is capable to thread the tubulars without a diameter from 4.5 to 14 inches. As of today, 35 Kazakhstani employees have attended 6 months of theoretical and practical training in our plants in Romania and Saudi Arabia. On July 1, 2016, we successfully commissioned our plant within the framework of the Industrialization Day with participation of the President of the Republic of Kazakhstan. At present, we are under the process of threading the first lot of casings for KPO. Construction of this plant is the contribution of Tenaris Company into development of local content and creation of new jobs in Kazakhstan. We are happy we have been able to implement this project with support of KPO. 2015 to 2016 years were very fruitful for JSC Kazbergas. As with the support of KPO, our company managed to implement a number of initiatives aimed at development of the domestic oilfield services. For example, we have successfully mastered the work on automatic bridges for pipes casing racks together with our partners, Weatherford Company. We started a repair shop for tubular inspection in partnership with Schlumberger, a global leader in the provision of services in well operations. These initiatives in a short period of time allowed us to create more than 30 jobs for the residents of our region.
KPO implements a number of large-scale projects aimed at the development of the social infrastructure in the West Kazakhstan Oblast. Every year, $20 million is allocated for their implementation. Additionally, during 2014 to 16, an amount of $10 million per year was allocated for the implementation of similar projects in Berlin district of WKO. From 1998 to today, the overall volume of KPO investments into social infrastructure development projects has exceeded $300 million. Karachaganak investments have had a positive effect on the social reconstruction of West Kazakhstan. The list and priority of social and infrastructure projects is determined by the WKO Akimat. This programme includes construction of health, education, culture and sport facilities. All of these projects are implemented with the involvement of Kazakh contractors only. The constant attention to the KPO activities paid by the RoK Ministry of Energy and the authority, and the cooperation with WKO leadership, has contributed to a significant improvement in the implementation of the projects, as well as the overall socio-economic situation in the region.
We have been working with KPO for several years. Currently, our company is engaged in 2 projects being implemented within the framework of KPO social and infrastructure projects. That is, Eurasia Avenue Reconstruction Project and construction of the Youth and School Children's Palace in Uralsk City, which will have a skating rink with artificial synthetic ice, sections for sport classes, swimming pool, study groups for ship and aero modeling, fashion design, and sculpture. Moreover, there will be a planetarium, photo studio, computer-assisted shooting club, and internet center. I hope that this modern palace will become a favorite place for the younger generation of our city and oblast.
A few years ago at the 21st World Petroleum Congress in Moscow, KPO received an award from the KAZENERGY Association for its contribution to the development of mutually beneficial cooperation. The sustainable development principles are embedded in all KPO activities. Being committed to social responsibility and partnership, KPO will continue to strive for new achievements for the benefit of the Republic of Kazakhstan and the Karachaganak Partners.